Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Jack Gets Lost Down a Book Hole. And I am once again continuing with my series of quotes from my quote book. So I have quite a lot. And unfortunately, I haven't written any, although I haven't done any in a while. But, these next set of, oh crap, I lost the page. Well, these next set of quotes will be quotes from an actress that I like, Rachel McAdams, to be more specific. Here it is. I really kind of got into her and her acting and really enjoyed watching her. So I also want to throw in an actor's quotes from an actor that wasn't an actor but an actress, and she's one of the ones I like. So, as strange as movie making is, doing love scenes for the first time with someone you've never even said hello to does work in terms of having a fresh quality to a relationship. Next quote. It takes a lot of time, commitment, and a choice. I've chosen this path, but it's not to say I'm not open to love or whatever comes my way. You never close. You never close doors. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting sometimes. Which it's funny because I've said in the past whenever my mom, criticized my mom or dad or sister criticizes my writing, I'm like, okay, all that matters is as long as I can read it. And then there are times when I actually can't read it when I need to. So, unfortunately, they could say I told you so. Okay, next, the third quote is, I have a certain curiosity for life that drives me and people forward. Not people. Let me do that again. I have a certain curiosity for life that drives me and propels me forward. I've discovered that as a grown-up, that life is far more complicated than you think it is when you're a kid. It isn't just straightforward fairy tale, which is very true. Life is not a fairy tale. I'll put a punk rock t-shirt in a 50s style skirt and a pair of flip-flops. I like to mesh a whole bunch of things together. I love her style, the way she describes it there. I think that is really cool, and that's something that I would probably do, but then my mom would probably be like, that doesn't go together. Like, unfortunately, my mom and my sister are more fashionistas than I am. I always second guess myself. But, there are obvious things that go together. Like, this with khaki looks good. This red color with khaki looks good. Anyway, I was not popular in high school. I know every actress says that, but really, I was a big geek. I think that is so funny. Especially because she played Rachel McAdams. The first time I discovered her was when she played Regina. I can't remember Regina's last name, in Mean Girls. And she was the queen bee of the school. And Rachel McAdams did such a good job at that part. It's very funny. Oh, and by the way, she has a new movie coming out. It's actually based on a book. It's the same author who wrote The Power. Sam from Savage Reads, or not, what do I call him? Sam, it's not Sam. Sean, I think? I'm sorry that I got your name wrong. I'm sorry I got your first name wrong, but I know it's Savage Reads. He talked about it, actually. He's gonna read the book. And I don't remember what the book is called either. Obedience. Disobedience or obedience. It's either Disobedience or Obedience. It's the same author who wrote The Power, which I have not read yet, but I do want to read it. And the movie's already coming out, starring Rachel McAdams and Rachel Weisz. So, and it looks really good. I watched the trailer after he talked about it, and it's So yeah, she's got that movie coming out. So if you like those actors, then you might want to check out the movie. Oh, and by the way, it's about a It's from what I gather from watching the trailer and what he talked about, what Savage Reach talked about, is that it is about this woman who's married to a rabbi, and her old lover who is played by Rachel Weisz, comes back into her life for some reason, and the the old flame ignites, but she's kind of struggling, of course, because there's the obvious fact that she's married, and also from the trailer, it looks like she's very repressed by her husband. So it looks interesting. I definitely want to check it out. Okay. The last quote from her is, "I wanted to be a secretary. I love paper clips and staplers." I thought that's funny. Well, I like pens. I have an obsession with pens. In fact, I recently bought a case of, I think, 30 gel pens. And let's see, half of them are like those, the sparkly ones, and then half of them are the plain ones with the dark colors. And I've been using them a lot lately. Okay, this next one is from the original It movie, not the new one, but the one, and I don't know if he actually said this in that movie though, in that one, but yeah, this is from the original miniseries with, what is his name? I always forget his name, that one actor. He played in the original Rocky Horror Picture Show movie. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. His name will pop into my head later on in the video, or after I film the video. It'll be too late. Maybe when I'm uploading, I can write it in there. I am eternal. I am the eater of worlds and children. And that is said by Pennywise. That's not a good impression. Okay, let's see. And this one is from one of my favorite 90s comedy flicks, Clueless, which is a retelling of Emma, Jane Austen's Emma. This is when our main character, Cher, our title character, realizes that she is in love with her half-brother, who, by the way, he's only her half-brother because his mom was married to her dad for a period of time. So there's no biology, their DNA is not the same. They're not blood related. So I know it, when I said half-brother, that probably makes it sound incestuous, but they're not technically blood related, or it's just, in fact, I think their parents are divorced in the movie. But this is when she realized that she is in love with Josh. Unfortunately, her new friend Ty, who she's kind of turned into one of the popular kids, likes Josh as well. But although that's not brought up in this quote. Okay. Then suddenly, oh my god, I like Josh. I was totally butt crazy in love with Josh. And now I don't know how to act around him. Which I did not say that part, but I did not write that part down, but that's the next line. That's the next thing that she says. And then she goes into how she doesn't, what she normally does when she gets guys' attention, but then with Josh, he's more down to earth and intellectual type, so she really can't. Oh, and he's also an older guy. He's like a freshman in college, I think. So it's a little different. So she talks about how she can't do the act around him the way she would normally act with a guy that she likes. But it's a cute movie, by the way. I mean, it's like tonal. It's not like in depth or anything. It's not a very deep movie. It's just a really fun, silly little movie that's a retelling of Emma. Okay, another Pirates of the Caribbean quote. If you've been watching these videos, you have come to realize that I put a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean quotes in here. This is from the first movie. This is when It's after Jack and Will, Captain Jack, have stolen the pirate ship, have stolen the Dauntless, and Will is trying to get Jack to confess why he has agreed to help Will, because he reacted when Will said what his last name was, so he's a little suspicious there. But of course, this is Jack Sparrow we're talking about here, and he's all like, he basically, I don't know, I can't figure out the move he did, but he kind of ended up where Will was hanging from. I don't know what that thing is called. The thing that it like moves. And you can hang it off. It's attached to the ship, but it's like, I don't know what it's called. But he's hanging from something over the water, and dangling, and he's about ready to. He could fall in if he slips, if he loses his grip. And basically, this is Jack lecturing him essentially. Now, as long as you're just hanging there, pay attention. The only rules that matter are these: what a man can do and what a man can't do. For instance, I can let you drown, but I can't bring the ship into Tortuga by my lonesome. Savvy? So can you sail under the command of a pirate, or can you not? And unfortunately, I can't do Jack's like British. I am bad at doing British accents. I mean, I've attempted them, but I feel like if I did that actually in front of a British person, then it would be an insult. So, I can't. So anyway, this next set of quotes is another actress that I like, Anne Hathaway. Now, I know there are things about her not personality, but about her past and stuff that I've heard, but I still like her as an actress. So, kindness is really important to me in my own prince. So are patience and a sense of humor. Without these qualities, he's no Prince Charming. In Hollywood, you have to be careful. If you go above a 6, then you're considered fat. I'm considered to be, I hope, an actress, and you get away with a couple of extra pounds if you are trading on your talent instead of your sex appeal. I don't have time to be tortured by my weight. Over the last few years, I've learned that the next big thing is something that a lot of people wish and want for you. But what you wish for yourself is really important. I've wanted people, and I've worked with people, and I've known people that were really competitive. But I've always said that I take an Elizabeth Bennet philosophy of life. I laugh. I love my job, but if it means hurting someone, I won't do it. Which is funny because she plays Jane Austen. I'm very choosy. It drives my agent crazy. And this is a quote on performing love scenes with Steve Carell in Get Smart. Making out with him is like the yummiest lollipop dipped in sunshine and wrapped around in masculine wrapper. Okay, so next is Back to the Future, one of my first sci-fi series I ever got into. This is from the third movie. I always thought this scene was hilarious. Martin, you really gotta do something about those clothes, or you're likely to get shot. Or hanged. What idiot dressed you in that outfit? You did. Sorry, he got recently hanged in the scene, so I was trying to do that. Another pirate's quote. So, what now, Jack Sparrow? Are we to be two immortals locked in a heavy battle until Judgment Day and the trumpets sound? And then I think Jack's response is, or you could surrender. Okay, this next one is from Ferris Bueller, one of my favorite 80s films. This is actually a film that, when we were younger, my sister and I, my mom would have us, have a little surprise. First of all, she would give us workbooks to work on, like, so our, we wouldn't, just because it was the summer, we wouldn't forget our schooling. And she'd also give us little surprises later. She would leave us little surprises. And she left us a VHS tape copy of this movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And he's talking about the Ferrari. It's Ryan, my brother-in-law, who gave me this quote, which and it is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend you picking it up. And he's talking about his friend's dad's Ferrari. Okay, and this one is submitted by my sister from one of our favorite dramas, A League of Their Own, which was about the first women's baseball team, and how it was like during World War II, and men, of course, weren't available, and they wanted to keep baseball going, so this guy of a candy company created a baseball team. Of girls, and this is the coach of the main team in the movie, and he's yelling at one of his players, and he's a bit of a drunk, and he doesn't really care. He hates that he has to coach a girls' baseball team, and he's played by Tom Hanks. Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball. Okay, this next one is another actor that I like, Jack Black. This is quotes from him. Never for a second did I think of myself as the sexiest guy in the world. When I was a kid, I thought I was the strongest man in the world, then the faster runner, and then the smartest person in the world. One by one, my delusions got shut down. Now, I just see myself as the lamest guy in the world. On working with Gwyneth Paltrow. I was a little afraid that she would fall head over heels in love with me. Like she did with Brad Pitt in Seven. I just like to be in films that I would like to see. I think of myself as an entertainment arsenal. Like I have my acting bazooka in my machete, and my music machete, and you don't know when I'm going to come at you with it. I'm no Matt Damon. My goal was to be a character actor. I never thought I would get the leads the way I've been able to win in the past 2 years. I'm hungry for rock 24/7. You must never underestimate the power of the eyebrow. Okay, so I'm guessing this is not Miss Shivari, but this is my sister's friend, Miriam. Never pass up a urinal. I don't know if this is from a movie or someone she knows. Okay, this one is from the movie version of Mamma Mia. Typical, you wait 20 years for a dad, and 3 come along at once. Okay, this is a Lord of the Rings quote from Return of the King. This is Gimli. I thought I'd die before fighting side by side with an elf. How about side by side with a friend? I can do that. Okay, this is from the miniseries version of Alice and the sci-fi movie. I don't have a very good track record when it comes to guys. There's a shock. And this is another scene. This is the climate, the ending scene. The ending. The ring. You'll have to cut it off with my fingers first. That can be arranged. Do you have a knife? Make sure it's a clean cut. We don't want any blood on the ring. Okay, here is another Tropic Thunder quote. I struggle with this one for some reason. I mean, it's not that long of a quote. It's just a quick little line that a character says. It's actually a Robert Downey Jr. quote as his character again. Okay, let's do this. I don't read scripts. I can't see. I get tongue tied, and it's not even. It's like 2 lines, two sentences, or 1 sentence. I don't read script. Script reads me. He says it a lot faster in the movie, but I can't do that. For some reason, I can't say that phrase fast. And this is not a Tropic Thunder quote. This is from a movie that our action actor played by Ben Stiller did. And he plays, like, in his little movie, he plays a retarded, like, I shouldn't use that word. But I'm sorry, what's the only word I can come up with? Retarded guy. Who, he's working as a farmhand. I think it's supposed to be kind of making fun of a parody of Forrest Gump a little bit. And I apologize for using the word retarded. I shouldn't use that word. I have a friend who hates that word, but I couldn't think of I couldn't think of a better word for it. I guess the better thing is mentally challenged. But this is the line. You make me happy. Okay, so I did better. That one's easier to do than the other one. Okay, so this is one of my favorite comedic actors who is really good at drama. He doesn't do a lot of it, but he's really great at it when he does do it. Jim Carrey, these are his quotes. Until Ace Ventura, no actor considered talking through his ass. Ace Ventura is a good movie. It's not my favorite of his, but it is a good franchise because he has like 2. I think he has the first one, and then he has a sequel. I've been dubbed the man most responsible for dumbing of America. So obviously, I don't put much stock into thoughts like the theme of dumbing down contemporary comedy. People love to laugh, and most people can find humor in just about anything, which is great. Trying to label or categorize comedy is ridiculous. I mean, if you laugh at a fart joke, does that make you a moron? I don't think so. Although, I gotta admit that I will watch them. Sometimes I will watch the movies like Dumb and Dumber, and, but I really like when the humor is a bit more intelligent and not like the obvious jokes like fart jokes. But I don't think people are morons if they like that kind of humor. Nothing wrong with liking that humor. If you like that kind of humor, I just don't. I saw Dumb and Dumber once, and then that was good for me. I just wanted to say that I saw it. I'm charming, but I dip into Prozac now and then. I have no intention of giving up my Canadian heritage, and all those who loved and supported me. My upbringing in Canada made me the person I am, and I will always be proud to be Canadian. The power of the subconscious mind with the power of the subconscious mind, I can learn, I can learn to be anything. I can learn how to dance, or yodel like an Austrian. Sorry, I can't. Like I said, I use those pens that can go through the page, so I can't always read everything on here. Always turn your wheel in the direction of the skid. That's the trouble with being me. At this point, nobody gives a damn what my problem is. I could literally have a tumor on the side of my head, and they'd be like, "Yeah, big deal." I'd get a tumor every morning for the kind of money you're pulling down. Maybe there's no actual place called hell. Maybe hell is just having to listen to our grandparents breathe through their noses when they're eating sandwiches. Okay, this is from Legally Blonde, one of my favorite comedies. Starring Reese Witherspoon. She is this California airhead type blonde girl that actually ends up proving that she's not as dumb as they think. I mean, she gets into Harvard to get back her old boyfriend, but then she ends up ditching him and falling for someone else. Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't kill their husbands. And then I went ahead and got quotes by Reese Witherspoon on having, this is her quote, on having a baby. Obviously, this isn't the time in my life that I would have chosen to do this, but I feel like life gives you these challenges for a reason. I feel so happy and glad to be in the place that I am. I really feel blessed. This is something I need to face and take control of. I have a weird process, but the thing is like this. I hear her voice in my head. There are a lot of wonderful scripts my agents can't believe I pass on. But I do because I can't hear her voice. It doesn't appeal to me then. I'm really careful. Unless I hear the voice, I can't do it. I grew up in Tennessee. We didn't know what Louis Vuitton was. I had to order all my prom outfits from a catalog. Which, it's funny, because her character probably is who she was growing up is probably similar to in that movie that she is, Sweet Home Alabama. The battles that we face in this business aren't financial, but they are moral. And I certainly think that the longer you can keep your values and your morality intact and keep your head on your shoulders about what is important at the end of the day, you get the most out of the business and really emerge with something wonderful. People want to try and move you into a place where you can be easily identifiable by every woman in America. To be this very likable woman in a romantic maybe it's romantic comedy. I guess I didn't. And it's really hard for me. I just don't see myself as the girl everybody likes. I never have been, and I don't know how to be that person. There's something timeless and important about making people laugh, about being the right sort, by being the right spot in their day. I do think things were meant to happen. I'm just this little girl from Tennessee, and here I am today. I think a lot of things are just out of our hands. Okay, let me just do these last two. This is from Ally McBeal, one of my favorite comedy dramas about lawyers, starring Calista Flockhart, and Robert Downey Jr. was in one season. It's a really funny, but it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but it's good. I loved it. It's when he got rough with me that I knew I liked him. I hope that doesn't mean I'm secretly want to be spanked. That's the character of Ally talking about Robert Downey Jr.'s character. I'll read this last one. This is from Yes Man, another Jim Carrey movie, a comedy where he is a man that normally says no to everything, but he is sent to the seminar where this guy does some weird thing to him where he feels like he's forced to say yes to everything. But then it turns out that it's just the power of suggestion kind of thing. Life's a playground. But somehow, somewhere along the way, we forgot it. Everybody forgets it. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, because this video is getting way too long. And hopefully, I might have to redo this one.